It was revenge for Billy Bats and a lot of other things.
And that's that.
And there was nothing that we could do about it. Bats was a made man and Tommy wasn't. We had to sit still and take it.
At Bob's Big Boy, we love good food just like you do.
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather, 'cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. Well, my music's rolling, I'm moving to that kick and swing, and I put Zeppelin on.
And begin.
Hit record, you piece
That's
of shit.
that's the piece of shit you used to record this podcast?
Yeah, it's
That's
really
actually
good.
pretty nice. It's pretty good.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, welcome.
It's like the Ford Model T of podcast delivery devices.
I don't like when there's people here to defend you when I talk shit to you. To prove
don't
me
worry,
wrong.
They made another color. They're all black.
They'll be on your side in a matter of moments.
Yeah. It's a rarefied air. Let them enjoy it.
All right, everybody, welcome behind the cork. I'm your host, Eric Rocha. We're gonna start right away. To my right,
Mitchell Virzi of the Virzi triplets.
you know what? Let's try that one more time.
Okay, Mitchell
just kidding.
Virzi.
I got you with that one last
You
time.
did last
too,
week,
you
too,
stupid
yeah.
fuck.
We got served.
All right, what did you say?
We got served.
Ugh.
That's right.
It'll start us.
Here, mic drop.
Go for it.
Me? Luke Allen, also of the Virzi triplets. You can get me on Instagram at Uncle Luke 2.
Alrighty, and our special guest today is
Special.
my friend. My friend. Go ahead. What we do is we say our name,
Okay.
and then what we do is we say where they can find you on social media.
Elan, son of Danny and Luani. And social media, Elan D. Cohen is my handle on Instagram and Twitter. Or Elan D. Cohen 2 on Instagram, sorry. Apparently there was Elan D. Cohen 1.
Fuck me. That's just follow.
He sounds so excited about it too.
Yeah, I was
He's
gonna
really
say
excited
we'll
about himself.
plug him. Don't worry, I'll tag him. I'll tag him, folks. Don't worry about it. So, anyways, what's new, everybody? How we doing since last week? By the way, great episode last week, dudes. It was fun.
yeah.
Good job, guys.
Thoroughly
A lot
enjoyed
of
it.
Positive feedback.
I got some too, but you just seem so disingenuous about
Oh, no. I would
every
never lie.
single thing. But the Marty Feldman eyes was that was my favorite joke.
Yeah.
It was a
All
solid.
the kids like that one. Got a lot of...
I was upset you actually cut out the one I liked the most, which was his Adriana smushing the dog joke.
Yeah, well, it's hard because
For the Marty
I
Feldman
mean,
joke.
Well,
There's
I
only
don't.
so much bandwidth on the Instagram.
God.
Can't
Did you get a
fit it all.
haircut?
Yes, I did.
Wow, when did you get this?
Last Saturday night at 9 o'clock at my friend's house. Kate, the makeup chick, did it.
Really?
Kate Tits, yeah.
Does this chick?
Wait, her name is Kate Tits or she has nice
She's
tits?
known as Kate Tits.
Oh, because she has nice tits.
Giant
Does
titties.
she openly
That's nice.
like say
Oh, yeah,
that?
she does cam shows and shit.
Oh, good for her.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
She does
she's
makeup.
She hot?
she's a woman of many, many talents.
Oh.
But here's the interesting thing. Here's the interesting thing about inside, folks.
She's got two redeeming qualities at least.
What's it? She's got two skills, but right now I'm only interested in one of them. She did makeup on a bunch of shit, right?
Yeah, a lot of
that
our
you've
stuff,
done. Yeah,
Does
so
effects makeup and like regular makeup, and she can cut hair and shit too.
we would not believe it. She made Luke look so much like Stan Lee.
Oh,
Oh,
my God,
she
yeah,
did that.
that's
Oh,
insane. Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah, that was great
so
work.
good.
My old boss, before the place split, he showed up that day to get something and didn't fucking recognize. He walked right past me and didn't know it was me.
Yeah, it was very
Awesome.
convincing.
I
Yeah.
fucking tricked him. Yeah, that was great.
The only way you could tell it was Luke was he did the old man shit. Like Luke walks like he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
Because he's got that old shuffle. We went to Crave one night. It was really, really late. And he goes, you know what I want? I think I want some pie. He goes, I'm going to go look at some pie. And he goes over, and he's got his hand in his like pant pocket, and he just kneels down like an old man, like in a cardigan, just looking. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
And I'm practicing now for later on.
I mean, you do have a lot of tendencies. I feel like your sleep routine is all like it. You complain all the time. I feel like you are kind of like an old.
Oh
man
yeah, I'm
already.
ready for it.
Yeah.
Man,
How old are you?
41.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm round in second. I'm heading.
And
I'm
you
heading
aged
down that
yourself
way.
earlier by saying that you used pagers at a pool ball.
Yeah, I'm
pool
40.
hall.
I'm 43.
Holy
so-
shit!
Yeah.
You look younger than that.
Yeah, no, I get that all the time, but
you were
yeah,
35.
I'm fucking
Maybe.
old, and and I feel older every day.
I love my pager. I fucking miss. And they came in like vibrant colors. I had like a neon fucking red one. It was awesome.
Yeah, the best thing
Is this
about
when you grew up in Compton?
no, the best thing about the pager was you got a page. Somebody was trying to get a hold of you, like, oh, I didn't get your page.
Yeah.
Or there was no phones. I didn't have any change.
You actually had
call
an
it.
excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Now with the cell phones, you can't get away with that
And you
shit.
had to page like 143 if it was your chick and shit. There's
Yep.
codes.
What?
143
Well, I
was
love you.
I love you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you never? Oh, okay.
You never had a
I do
pa-
that. I do that from AOL Instant Message.
I've had a dick in my mouth, and that sounded less gay than what came out of yours.
You could send someone boobless. What was it? 4003. It was an
It's
eternal.
80085.
Yeah, boobless. It was fun. It was 90s fun.
187 when you were pissed at somebody, like
Yeah.
you're gonna murder them.
Yeah.
And I assume 420 was weed.
Yes. And
Did you
then
ever use that one? You weren't a big toker,
No, I
were
never.
you?
No, I wasn't in a big weed bunch of people, and I didn't
You
smoke.
you had other vices that were more more German.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah. I didn't even drink back then for Christ. I didn't
Oh.
drink until I was almost 22.
Why did I think genocide for some reason?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
So I
too.
took it.
No. It's
I went to school with her genocide. She's an Irish girl. She was on the debate team with me.
Genocide.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish it was the case.
Sorry. She was Nicotine's cousin. Stupid.
Those crazy Irish.
Yeah.
what?
I go all night. You got one
The
more
worst is he doubled down on it.
Yeah, I gotta.
That's how he gets out of it, though. Have you heard? Like,
Gotta
have
keep
you
digging
noticed that?
sometimes, man.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Gotta keep
You
digging.
dig and then you end up in China. And now I'm safe.
All right, well, let me uncork this beer. So the reason I had Elan on is Elan's got a shit ton of solid stories, and
It'd be great if you started.
Well, I was talking to Eric last night, and he was like, "Why do you always refer to these guys as the Virzi twins? There's fucking 3 of them."
Oh,
And
you do?
Yeah, because I'm like, "Oh, the Virzi twins,"
Yeah.
because I've seen you on his, or listened to you on his podcast or what have you.
Because there's one we'd all like to kill. So your brain just makes the jump for you.
he's seeing you on my wall.
Ah,
I had these I had friends of mine in high school that were twins, and they were just sick fucks.
yeah.
You know,
What do they do?
switch places in class, switch girlfriends, that sort of shit.
See, that's always been the thing. Is everybody always asks if we switch like spots with girls?
Have you?
I'm just no.
No.
I mean, that's like rape. I mean, at the end of the day, you're banging a chick that thinks she's banging somebody else. So, no, I never did that.
So, like the scene in Revenge of the Nerds where he tricks the chick into sleeping, and we consider that rape now? That's not just a funny scene in a movie?
I mean,
Yeah, a lot of those
Scene.
80s comedies are rough by today's standards.
oh yeah, I'm
There's
sure
a lot
they
of fucking
definitely don't pass the
Porkies and shit.
yeah.
So this is like nothing to do with any of the stories that Eric wanted me to come in and talk about, but I was gonna tell him a story. He's like, save it for the podcast. So I was friends with these guys, and I think it was right after we had graduated high school. One of the brothers was with his girlfriend. He was banging her, and they lived together. So the other brother, he borrowed his brother's girlfriend's car.
Okay.
So we took the car out. It was 5 of us, and we went to the Bob's Big Boy. Fuck, I'm gonna give this whole shit away. We went to a restaurant.
I was gonna say you're
on
old.
Wilshire,
Yeah.
and we just decided for some reason we're gonna dine and ditch.
Oh.
So we sit down. We ordered stupid shit, mozzarella sticks, sodas, whatever. So we make this plan. Like, okay, the driver, he's gonna go out first, wait a couple minutes, and then we're all gonna just go out on our own. Everybody knows where the car's parked and stuff. I'm half Cuban, so I speak Spanish fluently, and this actually comes in handy in this situation. So first,
As every crime does, yeah. It works for all of them.
so first 2 dudes walk out, and it's fine. So then it's me, my buddy Doug, and my buddy Franny, and we're walking out, and I hear one of the people that works in the kitchen say, "Hey, did these guys pay in Spanish?" I'm like, "No." So as soon as I hear that, I just fucking bolt, right? So we take off. The plan was we were all going to run to the fucking car.
Uh-huh.
Well, we had this one friend who was like really fast. Well, this asshole, instead of making a right turn into the street that we were supposed to run, he just takes off down fucking Wilshire. Fucking just gone.
The guy on foot, he ran right past the getaway car and everything?
Yeah.
Holy
He
shit.
just took off. So the other three of us that are left are on the way to getaway car.
Yeah.
So I'm running, dude. I've never ran so fast in my life. I'm like fucking Carl Lewis, right? Running.
And did people from the restaurant chase you out?
They're chasing us out.
They
at this
care that
point.
much?
They cared that much over like a
Jesus.
$30 bill.
This is something that happens in like fucking Oklahoma or something, not in L.A. They'd be like, I don't give a fuck.
So the pavement on those streets on Wilshire, if you've ever been there, is really uneven from the fucking roots of the trees and shit. So I'm like focused on the ground, and I hop over like this fucking hill, and I just happen to turn back, and I see my friend just fucking stumbling like in slow motion. Bam! He hits the fucking ground shoulder first. He gets up and he's fucking running with the limp. My other friend was a big football player, bigger than this guy. So he got tired of running.
So he's morbidly obese.
No, he wasn't morbidly obese.
Oh,
But he
okay.
was just a big fuck.
Oh god. Okay, you got to specify when you point to Eric. Body. This is a cover of Cosmo right here.
So
Hey, why
he-
does it smell like shit in here?
We might have asbestos. That's very true.
All right. So
Day 3 of this fucking story. Go
well,
ahead.
it fucking gets interesting. I gotta fucking build up to it. So he just stops running, and the guy catches up to him, and he grabs him, and he's like, "Hey, do you know what you're doing?" And the dude gets all fucking scared and backs off.
Uh-huh.
So we get into the car, and everybody's in the car except the one guy that just took off down the street. So we're like, "Dude, let's get the fuck out of here." So we're like, "Well, how are we gonna get this guy? He's fucking gone." This is before cell phones. This is when we had
pager
pagers.
time?
Yeah, it's pager time. So we're driving around the streets after committing this crime, which you probably shouldn't be doing. And we get on a side street, and I'm sitting in the front seat, and a car pulls up right next to us, and I glance over out of my peripheral, and I'm like, holy shit, that's the fucking guys from the restaurant. And I can see them kind of like discussing with you, hey, these are the fucking guys. So one guy rolls down the window and takes a fucking bat and just whacks the fucking window. No idea to this
Holy
day how
shit.
that window didn't break.
Oh wow, it didn't break.
It didn't break. So now we take off, and these fucking dudes are chasing us in a little fucking beater.
And they worked at the restaurant.
They worked at
Holy
the restaurant.
Fuck.
And they fucking chased us. So we're driving down all these streets. These guys are just chasing us. It was crazy. We lost them because they were
Was it Bob himself, the actual Bob Big Boy? God damn. I've never heard such fucking commitment. This is fucking unbelievable. It was like if you robbed like a Korean store, I could see him doing this shit. They have one of those fucking machine guns with the side-mounted fucking clips. Motherfucker! I've never heard. This is insane. I can't fucking believe they cared this much.
I'm with you, man. It was
For-
What
crazy.
was it, like a $40 meal? Who gives a shit?
For people getting paid minimum wage, they're willing to commit
They were-
I can see
felonies.
people like a wedding party and a fucking 30 people in bounds, but Jesus. Fuck these people.
So we lose these guys on one of the side streets, and then
Judgment night.
we're like, dude, we gotta go get Doug. Where the fuck is Doug? So we pull over. We're fucking paging him like crazy. Nothing. So my buddy's like, dude, we should leave this area because if these guys call the cops, we're in a car, all this stuff. So we take off. We go back to where we were living, and we switch cars. So we go back to the area, and we're just driving around for what seems like hours looking for this fucking guy. We paged him. We can't find him. So after a while, we're just like, all right, fuck it. I guess we give up. Hopefully
Yeah.
this fucker calls us at some point. So we go to get gas, and my buddy's pumping gas, and I'm sitting there in the front seat of the car, and there's a donut shop.
I want the teller bends down, and then 30 Mexicans come up with fucking Tommy guns.
No, but I'm sitting in the car, and I look up. There's a donut shop right in front of the fucking gas station. This motherfucker that we've been looking for like 2 hours is just sitting there fucking eating a fucking bar, a maple bar, and a fucking milk without a care in the world. It's like, hey, you fucking asshole.
Holy shit.
I mean, if you've been running for 2 hours straight,
He was
it
hungry.
actually sounds pretty good.
There's like every like 60s or 70s like B movie where like they go in like the wrong time, like a cult comes after them. There's like Satan worshippers and shit. Like this fucking is what you guys are in. It's like a bad B movie you're in.
It's like a fucking the Blues Brothers when they fucking cross paths with the Nazis.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah.
They get chased around fucking the state.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
fucking
I honestly
hardcore.
wouldn't have given a shit if I worked at the restaurant.
There's a Bob
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Boy on Wilshire?
There used to be. I think it's closed by now.
Dude, I was working at a bar, and dude, anytime it happens, it's just like, all right, do you have a chance to like get them back, or it's like, okay, fuck you, like, you just leave them. Like
What do
you
mean? If someone dips on the
dude,
bill,
you could first of all, you could tell when someone's gonna dip. Like
Really?
there's warning signs.
something about the skin tone.
No, not even that.
Silverware's gone too. Fucking clean this out. Scorched earth.
Well, I thought it would have bought us a little more time because we did leave a tip. We tipped what the check should have been, but we just didn't fucking pay it. Because in our stupid minds, we're like, oh, we don't want to screw over the waiter.
Wait. So you paid the tip like $30 worth?
Yeah, we tipped like, $6 or whatever you would tip on a $30 check at the time.
All right. At least you made an effort.
Right.
Scratch my merchandise. Then he paid for it.
But yeah, at the time, I had never...
Mr. Chow.
Defense.
I had never worked at a restaurant before or tended bar or anything, so I had no idea that a lot of times that comes out of the waiter's pocket, which is, messed up, and it's just stupid shit.
I mean, I think it's dumb because, like, dude, they're a waiter. You're getting paid minimum wage. Like, you don't have somebody there watching it. Like, that's a manager's job. I think the manager should have to pay for that, personally.
Yeah.
Because, like, dude, you can tell anybody at a bar, like, you could tell when they're going to leave. They're like, if it's a chick eating alone and drinking alone, it's like, you're gonna skip out. Like, that's usually how it is.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, dude, you can tell. They're just like, okay, I'm going to go to my car and smoke. It's like, yeah, you are. We'll
Is
see.
this when you worked at a bar or when you hit on a woman?
It was when I worked at a bar.
Really?
Yeah.
None of your dates just fucking say, oh, I got to go to the bathroom.
So
The fucking window will creak open.
Yeah.
The car will peel
Shelley
out.
Yeah.
Ball in The Shining, trying to get out of there.
So just to put a bow tie on the story, wrap it up. My friend who ate shit fractured his collarbone. We were playing tennis in college, so that effectively ended his fucking career. And he still talks
shit.
about it to this day.
Wow.
And he's like, Jesus Christ, just for fucking mozzarella sticks.
They are good there.
That's true.
Bob's is fucking. I love that place.
Yeah, the
The
Burbank one's
original
cool.
Bob. Their fucking hamburgers are great.
For competitive tennis is actually like, at least in college, it's fucking brutal. Like, it's just, those dudes are,
Did you say competitive tennis?
yeah, like tennis in college is like, the high level tennis is like,
Yeah.
they're like some
I
of the
played
best
tennis.
athletes in the
I
world.
played tennis.
We played at a junior college, but it was still very competitive.
Okay, yeah, that's different. That's different.
That's different. Fuck you.
I don't want to shock my audience, but I've never played tennis.
Nah, that does not surprise
yeah,
me
no
at all.
shit.
It's tough. There's a lot of fucking running around.
Oh, yeah. 3 hours straight.
Yeah. Well,
What about for Nintendo? Boo.
all right. So I did want to bring it here, Elan. You got to do something not too long ago. First of all,
Here comes the feature event of the podcast.
Well, it was 4 years ago, but
well, I would say,
yeah.
to say that you are a fan of Prince would be underselling it quite a bit, I think.
That's correct.
So after he
He
passed,
is the man responsible for killing him?
World exclusive.
I like you to meet Dr. Cohen.
Wasn't that the guy? Dr. Cohen was the name of the one guy's, Michael Jackson's, wasn't it? Dr. Cohen?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of fucking.
I don't think it was
Listen,
Cohen.
I'll tell you this. There's a lot of evil Cohens.
That's true.
Roy,
They are a plague.
this one. There's another one just like this one. Fucking
Michael?
evil. No, so what I'm talking about is you're a huge Prince fan. So much so that after he died, you got to do something that was actually really, really fascinating. What happened? What did you do, and how did you get to do this?
That had nothing to do with my fandom. It was just an opportunity presented itself. So I worked on his archive after he passed away.
Damn.
I
Which
ended
means
up,
what, though?
the job that I have in like the industry I'm in, I'm in the photo industry, so I produce photo shoots. I'm kind of an expert on film photography.
And he finds people that don't want to be found.
Ooh.
So, yeah, he obviously he ended up passing away, and my girlfriend at the time, now my ex, the company she used to work for was partnering up with Graceland Holdings, which is the company that partnered up with Prince's estate to turn Paisley Park into a museum. So I got a call from her boss, and I was like, what's this about? And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, hey, listen, I'm going to be in Vegas in 2 weeks. Come down, come in for the day. I'll pay you your day rate. Like, oh, cool. This sounds interesting. So then he kind of told me what was going on. Like, I'm going to partner up with the estate, and we're going to do a museum. and there's going to be some stuff there that I know I can trust you and blah, blah, blah. Is it something you'd be interested in? And I was like, well, yeah, sure.
And that's when the guys from Bob's Big Boy came in. Hey, we found you, fucker.
They opened the door and it was an empty room and he went, oh no! And they shot him. It was among the Bob's Big Boys employees. It was real greaseball shit.
Oh, man.
It was revenge for Bob's Big Boy and a lot of other things.
And there was nothing we could do about it.
I kick over that big boy.
yeah. The fucking statue.
Fucking his wine. His
I know, it's so bad. I was like, what the fuck?
Sorry, go ahead.
No. So yeah. So like months passed and I heard nothing because obviously, or if you followed it, Prince didn't leave a will. And the law in Minnesota is like half brothers and full brothers are seen equal. So there's
Really?
There's
Holy shit.
So there was like 7 different brothers and sisters, and a lot of times they couldn't even agree that the fucking sky was blue or what day of the week it was.
Did he have kids?
No, he didn't. He had a child that was born, but had a rare, like I think it's called Pfeiffer's disease or something, like a rare disease, and died a few days after birth.
Huh.
So months passed. I don't hear shit. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I get a fucking call like on a Thursday. It's like, hey, it's ready. We need you here on a Saturday. And I'm like, okay, I have a job, but all right. So I went into my boss's office and I was like, I need to take a leave of absence for a couple weeks. He's like, why? What's going on? And I was like, well, I'm going to go to Minnesota. He's like, are you going to go work on Prince's thing? And I was like, how'd you know? And he's like, well, what other fucking reason would there be to go to Minnesota? And I was like, touche.
The Vikings need a kicker.
Dude, the people in Minnesota are fucking crazy fanatic about the Vikings.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Yeah,
That's the only thing they have up there.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, no.
And even
Sorry,
then,
sorry. I'm going to drink my beer.
Too soon. So originally I was only supposed to go up there for like a week, 10 days, and my job was going to be the still photography that they shot of him, like the film, to get it digitized, give them advice on digitizing it, get it all archived so that it doesn't continue to denigrate. But they liked me, and the people that I was working with were all from Graceland, so they were awesome at archiving, but they didn't know anything about Prince. So it got to the point where like they'd be archiving clothes, and I'd be like, hey, that's the jacket from Purple Rain. You want to keep that. That's the jacket from the Kiss video. You want to kind of keep that. So they're
God
like,
damn.
so just his most important outfits, they just have
It
no
looked like
idea.
a little Barbie fucking coat. It was like a fit on a fucking
they
fit on
were
a fucking Cabbage Patch Kid.
no, they were really small, man.
Yeah, he's a tiny guy.
He was 5'2", right?
Yeah.
He was like 5'2", maybe 120
He had a
pounds.
warehouse full of his heels for all of his fucking
Yeah.
every shoe.
The heels were crazy
Woman that
because
lives.
you look at the shoes and they all had reinforced heels with metal because fuckers like dancing, doing splits, jumping off the stage with them. All the women loved the clothes. Like I was working with like just almost all women, and they'd, I wish I could try this on. I wish I could try that on.
I would, but it's too big for me.
For some of them, it was too small. Way too small.
I was going to say, yeah.
No, but
fit in there.
all jokes aside, so I like walk in there, it all happens fast. I get on the plane. I'm on the fucking plane. Maya Rudolph is like right across from me because it was the weekend that the Revolution was going to reunite, and they did a special, like 2 nights at 3rd Avenue, which is the venue in Purple Rain.
Was she involved with him somehow?
No, but she has that like Prince cover group, Princess, with I don't know the name of the other girl.
Fuck, I
Oh, I had no
I
idea.
didn't know that.
Yeah. So they're like next, and I'm like, oh shit, this is kind of crazy, this flight to Minnesota. So I get there, they send like a driver for me. I find out months later that the guy who was driving me was actually his actual driver, and I'm going around in like his old Escalade.
Damn.
God.
So I get there, and it's crazy
Did they
because
have a car seat in it?
I was trying to work out something. So you got it. And you were like,
I like your baby shoes on the thing. Oh, no, those are Prince's heels. You have those for luck?
when you went in the closet, was there a raspberry beret though? The
No.
kind you buy in a secondhand store, if you will.
I should have known it was coming.
Just, I want to know if he had it. Very famous.
no man, but like the dude told me his security guy told me a really funny story. This is a big ass dude, like 6'3", like 350, whatever, just huge. Paisley Park is kind of creepy when you go in at night when there's no lights on, because it's just a huge compound. So he says one night he's like walking in there and he's going to one of the sound stages and he looks and it's pitch dark and all he sees is these fucking flashing lights coming at him, and he was like, what the fuck? And he took off running. And it was fucking Prince fucking around with them running because he had those shoes. You remember those shoes that they had that had the lights on?
Oh, yeah.
And all you could see was the fucking lights. And this is like a 6'4", 350-pound guy that's running from a 5'2", $120.
He probably thought I was going to play some of his music at him, so he took off. I'm not a Prince fan.
You're not a Prince fan?
No.
Why
I just
not,
want an
Luke?
epic fucking Prince meltdown on my podcast. Live from the 405 podcast, by the way.
Why did
Wait,
you
wait.
go on it? Yeah.
Why don't you like him?
I realize how much I'm really sorry. The song Purple Rain, I didn't realize. I said I fell in hate with it this week, and I never liked it. But I didn't realize how much I hated it until this week when this 9-minute long fucking epic goddamn self-indulgent endless fucking event. I hate the ending where it's like that long ass guitar solo and it just feels like the end of a concert. It's like, all right, buddy, good night, thank you so much for coming, Houston, and everybody fucking cheers, and it just reminds me of getting in my car and being stuck in all the fucking stadium traffic trying to get out of the fucking show. I don't know. I just hate it. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's what I absolutely love about it, though.
It's so long.
It is, but it's dynamic as fuck too, though.
I'm
Especially with
Like
musicians.
I say, I'm not
That's why it
denying the
shocks me
guy's
that you say
talented.
it.
I just don't. I'm just not.
Yeah, like I said, that's
I do love "I Would Die for You," one of my favorite songs of the '80s. Top 10.
fuck yeah, that
Good fucking
most
jam.
definitely.
Sorry.
I should have guessed that you didn't like Prince. That seems like right up Luke's alley. He doesn't like
yeah.
anybody.
I like lots of stuff. I'm just louder about the things I don't like.
See, I became a fan like in the 90s. I grew up here. I was into hip hop. Everybody like Dr. Dre, Tupac, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was hanging out with these two girls, and that was when the hit CDs came out in like '93. And they'd play them in their car every time we'd go to the mall. And I was like, fuck, this dude has a lot of fucking hits. And then I started working, like, I was like, okay, let me start buying fucking albums and just like working my way back. And I was like, dude, I've never heard anything like this. And then when the internet came about and you could find out stuff, like he was writing, producing, playing all the instruments on every fucking album that
Yeah,
he
he's
did.
talented as fuck.
I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ. And then you find out about all the associated acts where he was writing and
Yeah, he
playing all
wrote
the music
huge
for.
hits for other people, and
Yeah.
this guy just crapped out fucking hits.
Yeah, they said he tried to make a song a day,
I wouldn't doubt it.
which I wouldn't doubt it either.
I wish you'd make a joke a day. Between the three of you can't get one. I'm just breaking your balls.
Why do you? You don't know. Anytime you shit on somebody, you touch them.
I know.
Why?
Just to make contact. Like
Stockholm syndrome.
We're just horsing around.
You're like Jesus. You heal them.
Yeah. Oh no, there's no healing them.
So let me ask you, what was the craziest thing you found in his archive, and can you talk about it?
They fucked up and forgot to make me sign an NDA.
Are you serious?
Oh,
It was so like unorganized and out of control because they had like a really, really tight deadline in wanting to open the museum in a certain amount of time because they wanted to do it before the winter got nasty in Minnesota just to test it out and see if it was a viable business. So I'll tell you the coolest thing I found was so after I did the archiving for all the still photography and stuff, they were letting me do other cool stuff like go through videos because he had like everybody knows about the music vault. He had a video vault too. Like he would record every concert that he did. He would record every rehearsal. And when he became big after like the 1999 tour was like professionally recorded. So you're watching like sound checks with fucking 3 cameras, like professionally recorded sound checks that look like it's like the most ridiculous thing.
Huh.
So I'm going through videos and it was cataloged and stuff, so it was pretty easy to figure out what was what. But then I'd find videos like, oh, this doesn't have anything. Let me pop this in and see. So like the coolest thing I saw was, you guys have seen the Chappelle Show skit where he's
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw fucking proof that shit is real because he's playing basketball. They got a camcorder. It's just pointed, so it's in one direction. Everybody's playing basketball. They're in gym shorts or sweats. Motherfucker is in full costume.
Really?
Yeah. But the explanation for that is this. It sounds ridiculous. He's not wearing heels, though, by the way. He was wearing regular sneakers when he was playing, but he's in full stage attire. When they would do rehearsals, he would do costume changes during the rehearsal. So it was probably just during a break in rehearsal, and he was still in costume, and he's sitting there playing basketball
Was
with
he
these guys.
good, like you said?
Yeah, he was pretty good. He had like a really quick release. They were playing like 21, so he's a small dude, so he's sneaking behind guys and like stealing the ball from behind and getting his shot off. That was the only time that I felt like, man, I really want to just get my cell phone and like record this thing.
That would have been
It's
fucking
proof.
huge, dude.
But that was like a really cool thing. And then I was going through like journals that had like original lyrics to entire albums and stuff.
diary.
Kind of.
I fucked my dentist assistant.
But
All
what
that guy did was fuck. That's why I can't believe he doesn't have any kids. Right? He was a sex machine. That guy just fucked everything.
I can
Chicks
see-
love that guy.
I was gonna say I could see it going either way, where he was like so paranoid about his art that he just like was completely detached from
Well,
that.
he
or
didn't leave a
that
fucking
he
will,
thought-
so how fucking paranoid was he?
I mean,
I know you wonder why he didn't fucking leave one.
Yeah.
didn't believe in contracts is what we were told.
Well,
we had like
after-
a running joke, like if anybody finds the will, it's like $1,000 bonus. But
Isn't he?
nobody
Is
ever
he
found
Jehovah's
any.
Witness or something? He's
Yeah, he was.
that's
Yeah,
what
he
it
was.
Maybe that had something to do with it.
well, after I think it was Warner Brothers fucked him over. That's when he like changed his name to a symbol, and there was like that was like his way of getting out of the contract.
Yeah,
Which is
because
like-
getting out of the publishing.
So when you say you archived, like what exactly does that mean? Like you just literally went through and took every photo and like.
So like I would get like a box of like just negatives
Uh-huh.
because all of this stuff was shot on film back in the day. And I would go through them and I'd do selects because there are certain things that we wanted to get scanned or printed to use for different things. And then basically just have archival sleeves so that the film doesn't continue to denigrate because these things were just thrown in boxes. Like it was just like raw film in a box and, you know, it's going to end up getting destroyed over time. So that was basically the job. So I was just sitting there like chilling out in his soundstage with like a loop and a light table and just looking at negatives
How
all
long
day.
did you do that?
That part was only about a week.
Wow. Like what was like 8-hour shifts?
I was say,
and
what
shit?
were your hours?
See, they put me
Sounds
together real
exhausting.
nice because they're like, I mean, ultimately, I would have probably ended up doing it for free because of the experience. But when we came to terms on what they were going to pay me, I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's good for 5 days a week. 8 hours. Fuck that. It was like 12-hour days. I had 2 days off in like 3 months. But the cool thing was it didn't really feel like work. It was like, it wasn't work.
It's almost like a treasure hunt at that point.
Yeah.
Especially with Prince, where it's
It
so
was
much stuff.
it was like Prince Fantasy Camp, basically, for like a fan.
Did everybody that worked for him, were they all hot? Were all the girls that just think like sexy and shit? Seemed like he wouldn't hire any ugly broads to work for him.
No, I it was honestly the people that were left over when I got there were mostly male. Like they hired female tour guides and stuff like that later on.
Yeah.
So then it continued to grow into different stuff. Like I was helping with the videos. I helped design the tour because like I what ended up happening was since I was like I probably knew more about Prince and his music than most of the people that were actually working at Paisley. One of the examples was I became friends with the sound guy, so I would plug my iPod in and just have Prince playing the whole time while we're on that sound stage. And people would be like, oh, I never heard this song. I'd be like, yeah, well, before I was working here, I was
Isn't
a
that
fan.
the best feeling when you know more shit than everybody about something? I fucking love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Like when I'm a real nerd about
I mean-
shit, I know way too much about it. And sometimes you're like, it's fucking awesome. I'm the fucking alpha male
You get
nerd.
you get good questions out of it though. Like
Yeah.
like I've heard you do that with Florentine when you interviewed him on Live from the 405 with Elan. But go ahead.
$5 for that one. Give it to you after the show.
So I did a bunch of other stuff, and then when it came time to open it as a museum, they asked me if I could do the VIP tours for the first 2 days, and I was
Holy
like,
shit.
"Yeah, that'll be fun." So I did the VIP tours basically for them for 2 days.
Who'd you have?
I didn't have anybody that one. The next time for Celebration, like I had like Van Jones and other people because they flew me out the next year for Celebration
CNN
to
guy?
work that. Yeah, the CNN guy. He
Oh,
was
okay.
apparently was friends with Prince.
Huh.
So it was nobody I noticed, but they had like different tiers of the tour. Like you go the basic, and then there was like a VIP one. And this is like it's such a silly story, and but I tell it to people, and I don't know if they believe me or not. But so the night before the place is gonna open, you know, we're like scrambling to try to get this thing ready to go.
Yeah.
Everything is like last minute. So we end up wrapping up that day around 5 a.m. Like, we finally got everything set up. Like, okay, cool. This is going to look like a museum tomorrow. We got people coming. We're good to go.
Fuck.
So we went back. We had to come back. We had like a call time at like 9 a.m. or something. Museum's going to open at 10. So, get some need, get a couple hours sleep, go back. So I'm doing the tours, and I did like probably about almost 14 hours straight of tours at that place. And they're telling me like, hey, take a break. And I'm like, dude, I can't take a break because if I stop, I'm going to get sleepy or get tired. I'm not going to be able to keep going. But I was like, dude, I don't know what it was, like his fucking aura or something. Like that shit came over me being in there, and it was just like nonstop for that day.
I bet you slept for a week afterwards, though. It's
No,
such an
'cause
oh, really? I
I
was
took
gonna say,
some of the shit that Prince took, that propofol. I found a stash.
He did in front of a tour, and this is exactly what he had. And this is how he did it.
Skull and crossbones on the fucking.
You guys are fucked up.
A skull and crossbones.
No, but the one thing like about the tour, and they've gotten a lot of grief for it, which was just like, I don't know who the thought that this was a good idea. They placed his urn right like when you walk in and start taking the tour, they had his urn there, and people were just like going like bawling.
No one
and,
fucking stole it.
I know,
Yeah,
that's what
but
I'm
you-
surprised at.
Well, dude, they had that thing encased like behind like fucking like 3-foot thick glass. Like, there's no way anybody's gonna be able to take that.
Like, anybody want to ask me a few questions? I should have been messing around a little bit. You're gonna have to earn your respect on this. Little levity, folks. You know? Look at them all. I would not have been able to resist.
You guys are dicks.
Did you find any good vanity pictures?
No.
wait, what did the
Vanity was
She
fucking
ruled.
amazing.
what did the urn look like? Was it in like a was it like a
probably shaped like a
symbol?
dick, like everything else with that guy. It's
No,
like sex.
they actually made it in the in like a miniature version of Paisley Park of the compound.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
that was the urn. Now they moved it. I don't know. I haven't been back there since 2017, but when I went there, it was fucking still in the same.
I feel like they would have done it as like
This
a
is our
symbol,
most modest
like his
priced
symbol.
receptacle, sir.
I would have thought so too.
God damn it!
To
Damn.
breathe doesn't make us Prince fans. Big Lebowski.
Did you have anybody that was like too over the top and like was trying to like get into stuff? Because like I used to be a tour guide, and like some people like go over the top, and you like, hey, you have to do a little bit of crowd control. Like, stop, you can't. Like,
That's when he was. I would touch him. Hey, how are you?
Everybody was super respectful, and like they did a disservice to like some of the people that took the tour because they hired the tour guides like a day or two before the museum was going to open.
Yeah, that's how it always
most
is.
of them didn't know anything.
yeah.
So I had people that would see my tour and like, hey, I already took the tour. Is it cool if I sneak into yours and go back because you actually sound like you know what you're talking about? So
That's fucking awesome. What a
yeah, no, it was a huge ego boost for sure. But one of the everybody was super respectful except there was one fucking guy. This is so stupid. They make you you had to put your cell phone in one of those bags.
Yeah.
And you couldn't take them. They caught a fucking dude taking pictures in the bathroom. And
Holy shit.
it wasn't Prince's bathroom. It was the bathroom at Paisley Park that is at the end of the tour. And for some reason this guy thought that, oh, fuck it, it's a good idea. I'm gonna take pictures. They end up like taking him outside. It was like a whole thing. They had to call security over. They just made him delete the photos. But who the fuck?
Just the bathroom?
Just the bathroom.
Wow.
Any way to get a story, dude? That's what it is. What's weird though that the bathroom was like, was it like a unique bathroom? Was there anything about it that was?
No,
it was just
there's
a regular
run-of-the-mill
shitter.
bathroom with fucking stalls and shit. Yeah, it was normal.
Huh.
It wasn't like how you would think a Prince bathroom would be. It was
Yeah.
just
His had $100 bill toilet paper. Prince.
you wiped it with albums of other bands that came out that year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know
lyrics.
he was like he like was known for not liking Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
like
here we go.
No.
Straighten him out.
It might have been
Here we
over.
go.
It might have been overblown, but
it was slightly. It was more like there was a rivalry because they were like the two kind of top dogs in pop music at the time.
yeah.
But there's stories out there. Like there was one where he was working on the Parade album and Michael Jackson shows up and he's like, hey, let's play some ping pong because he had like a ping pong table set up. And Michael's like, oh, I've never played. He's like, oh, that's fine. We'll play. And then they're like playing and he's like, hey, I'm going to slam it. He's like, okay, and he fucking slams the ball, and it ends up hitting Michael Jackson, and he's like fucking walking around like he's all badass. Like, you see what I did to this guy? But it was just like a rivalry. But I heard from like a lot of people that work there, and I guess in anything, when you get to that level in whatever, I guess, vocation or whatever you're in, whether it be sports or music, you have to be really competitive to become that good. And these guys are all ultra competitive, and they thought that Prince thought that the competition was kind of over when he made Purple Rain and won an Academy Award for it, because that's the one thing that Michael Jackson never did. He never had like a successful movie or anything like that.
They never had Morris Day and the time in the fucking movie either.
Yeah, but he wrote and made and played all the instruments for Morris Day in the time.
I say that's
Yeah, but he didn't get to hold the mirror for the singer on the fucking stage when he fixed his hair. The fucking coolest shit I ever saw.
Have you watched that show Tales of the Tour Bus?
No.
On
No,
Showtime?
it sounds awesome. No.
Yeah, it's by Mike Judge, the dude from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
And what they do is they tell these crazy stories from the tour bus, and then it's just animated.
Oh,
and
that's
one of the episodes is on Morris Day and the Time.
Uh-huh.
You'll love that episode. You should check it out. It's really good. It's on Showtime.
Maybe I think I'm gonna get rid of my Netflix and get either maybe Showtime and HBO. What the hell? But yeah, because Netflix stinks. But that sounds fucking great.
Well, the reason I brought that up was because I believe it was when Michael Jackson put out his album called Bad, and Prince was like, "Yeah, it's because Horrible wouldn't fit."
Well, you know the
What
story.
a great line. That's a great fucking joke.
You know the story though, right? How Quincy Jones had them both meet because they wanted to make Bad a duet between Michael Jackson and Prince. Michael Jackson was going to be the Wesley Snipes kind of character, and they're supposed to be singing back at each other. And Prince joked in an interview one time, he's like, I told him that the song was good enough, but also it's like, okay, there's a line in that song, "Your butt is mine." Who's going to say that line? Because I'm not going to say it to him, and he's not going to say it to me.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones the third lives right down the street and around the corner.
Does he really?
Two houses down from Mr. T.
Mr. T lives in this
Mr.
neighborhood
T
too?
lives right down the goddamn street.
I have
From
to
me,
tell you, this
right here.
is-
Yeah.
This is how. This is
lives
how.
on,
Luke, would you please share with us how you know that
Oh,
information?
I used to be a mailman in this area for a short time.
You were a mailman?
6 months.
What happened? Usually people take those jobs, they stick with them for a while.
I know. I took it in between. I was in a weird spot. I just moved here and I was waiting for a position to open up on like a feature, like a movie, like work on a camera crew.
Okay.
And then something opened up. And then I went to work with a little actor known as Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Same shoe size as Prince though.
Yeah, no shit. I know. They're all tiny.
Yeah.
But I never saw Mr. T. Very modest house. And a couple doors down. And Quincy Jones, he got like a fucking bundle of mail. It was massive. He got so much mail every day. And the guy in between, I guess, was the guy from the first Fast and Furious movie that like died. Like he was like in their gang. I forgot the guys. I never really saw it. But like the guy from Fast and Furious is there. That gets killed.
Can I tell you the greatest joke about you being a mailman to
Go
Mr.
ahead, Eric.
T?
Tell the people.
It was by our great friend Jordan Bowers, Penis Powers. I said, could you imagine
Penis.
fucking weird ass Luke delivering Mr. T's mail? And Jordan Bowers looks at me and he goes, I pity myself. Jordan Bowers, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan
All right.
Bowers.
He's here in spirit. I wish he was a spirit.
Rest in peace.
A mailman seems like a good job. Like if throughout this whole coronavirus thing, I've looked at jobs that I'm like, you know what? That's one that like, regardless of what happens, that's staying. Mailman is one of them.
It's got its cool thing. Like you're out there just kind of by yourself.
Hey, you do whatever
No
you
one's
want.
bothering
You just drop mail. I mean,
I lost.
I can tell you what jobs not to take, but
yeah.
it was go ahead, mailman.
It was I had this fucking whole neighborhood, and then on the other side of Ventura too, and it was so fucking hot that year. It was there's never been. I thought it was like that all the time. It's never been as hot as it was the first fucking year in summer I did it, and I lost like 20 fucking pounds. I was down to like 197 or something like that.
Hey, sweat it all
the
out.
thinnest I've ever fucking been.
Yeah.
You walk around with like a 12-pound fucking 20-pound bag.
For
Just walking.
reference, what do you weigh now about?
I'm like 215. So I was under 200, and people were like, "Holy shit!" Like they thought I had like a fucking disease. The best shape I've ever been in. I was all fucking cut up.
How much would you weigh if they took that fucking egg out of your throat?
210.
150.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't really jog anymore. It's like a girl with big tits, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Makeup artist.
Now,
was tough.
now we know where you hid the mail.
Like the makeup girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a hell of a job.
Stork.
Is that the weirdest gig you've had, do you think? Or do you think you've, like, photography, because photography is a bunch of like, obviously being out here, it's like you get normal gigs for like movies and TV studios and stuff. But sometimes you get like the occasional like, oh hey, we're gonna do some erotic, contemporary art or some bullshit like that. Somebody that's just willing to pay the money. And they just do some random ass shit.
I would do that just to fuck with him.
I've worked with.
Like, could you get these developed, please? Maybe just be pictures of me on a couch, fucking trying to lift my fucking hoof.
Yeah.
Well, dude,
My
like,
balls falling on one side.
I've been really lucky. Like, I've gotten to work with some awesome people. Like, I've worked and I've become friends with Henry Diltz, who was the official Woodstock photographer.
Oh wow.
So getting to look through his negatives, that's that image that I have of Keith and Bianca that I just got.
Jesus.
He gave that to me.
Mick
but
and Bianca.
What did I
Isn't
say? I
it?
said Mick. Mick and Bianca.
Oh, sorry.
What do you think I said? Nick?
My bad.
All right, whatever.
I thought you said Keith too.
Oh, did I say Keith?
Yeah, I thought
Maybe
you
I said
said
Keith. Okay, maybe I fucked
Wouldn't
up.
it
I
Mick?
thought
But-
there was somebody you guys knew, and I was like,
Oh,
who are
yeah,
you
no,
talking
it's
about?
Mick Jagger and Bianca. But anyway, but yes. I've
By the
seen
way, I
some-
just googled this dude. He's seen some shit.
Who,
This
Prince?
dude- no, it's Henry Diltz guy. He's
Oh.
Yeah, like if you watch like the documentary on the Eagles that they did a few years back,
Yeah,
he's
that's
featured
great.
in it prominently because he photographed a lot of their
I
stuff.
hate the Eagles, and I love
I
that
gotta say,
documentary.
you know what I do respect about you is you hate particular artists, but like he would not watch one concert of Prince's, but he would watch like the construction.
Yeah,
of,
I'd watch a 4-hour thing. I love that
Absolutely.
stuff.
I don't know what it is.
He'd
Thank you.
watch what?
Like documentary, I love like not just biographies, but like anybody in
Behind
the
the
arts
scenes
that, like,
shit, yeah.
Yeah, I love the Eagles documentary was fun. And I fucking hate the
I
Eagles.
And I hate the
Hate them,
fucking
but
Eagles, man.
I love that documentary. It was awesome. Because there's so much like it's the same thing with sports. I don't like one sport, but I love sports documentaries and shit. I love that stuff.
yeah, it's all the behind the scenes.
He
stuff.
he used to do like he used to do these slideshows for people in the 70s where he would show up. I mean, dude, this guy shot everybody, and everybody was living up in Laurel Canyon in the 60s and 70s, like fucking Mama Cass,
Yeah.
all those people. He would actually
Crosby,
show up.
Stills, Nash and Young.
Yeah,
Damn.
he shot a ton of them as well. He has the famous shot of Neil Young. If you've seen it, like there's a dude peeing and Neil Young's like pointing, like the dude's taking a leak on the beach. He would do these slideshows, but anyway, he did like it's called Behind the Covers because he shot a bunch of album covers. I'll dub you a copy and so you can watch it. It's a good documentary.
Word.
But anyway, so I've gotten to work with people like that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But yes, I've gotten to work with some sick fucks. So I got two kind of. There was a dude the lab I worked at was the biggest film lab that was left in LA at the time. We would get walk-in clients, and we had a kiosk.
Christopher?
Huh?
Ow! I want to get these pictures developed.
Don't go there.
Oh, the one
Go
with
there.
yeah, the one with the boat with the arm sticking out of the water. Don't develop that one.
I had this story up my
Natalie Wood.
ass for 13 goddamn minutes.
The dog.
Don't let Robert Wagner see this one. Sorry.
Wow. Wowee. It's a story on a podcast.
So we got this this kiosk where, like, you know how you can go on to like Target and order photos on a kiosk.
Yeah,
same
yeah.
same deal. And you know, art is very subjective, but there's a fucking dude fumbling around, and I look, dude, this guy was doing genital mutilation. Was what he was photographing. So there was
Ethiopian?
one photo, huh?
Is that Ethiopian?
No, man, the penis looked white.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah, of course there's no blood in it.
Dude,
See?
so they had
Exactly.
like a rubber band or something tied around one of your nuts, and then the other one had just swollen to like the size of a softball. And he's printing these things out.
Oh,
And
that's
it's like,
Phil.
hey,
I know him.
and it's like, sir, you know you can do this online at home, right? You don't have to come into the kiosk.
That's fucked up.
But-
oh my god.
So,
Oh,
so
come
wait,
on.
that almost seems like you would like. That's like you're almost an accomplice at that point. That's like. I
Well,
mean, I guess it's if it's its own thing.
It's not illegal. The only thing that would be considered illegal was it would be kids. Kids are a big no-no, and
God.
anything where you see somebody doing
small
something.
rubber band.
No, there was like a list. Small rubber band.
It's a little O-ring.
If that was a kid,
Prince shoes.
if that was a kid, biggest dick I've ever seen on a kid. No, but anything like that. If you're doing anything to animals, any of that shit would be. But check this out. You guys know Well, you probably do because you grew up here. You didn't. You know, does the name Charles Rathbun mean anything to you or ring a bell? You know,
Sounds
who that
familiar,
is, right?
yeah.
So he was the photographer who ended up killing that the model who was a Raider cheerleader, Linda Sobek. He killed her and like buried her in Angeles National Crest. You should Google it and look it up. Well, anyway, this fucker killed her. He tried to rape her and kill her. He was convicted. He got life. But he said that he would be proven innocent by the roll of film that he shot. And that was actually at the lab. It wasn't the lab I worked at, but that lab had closed. But all the dudes I worked with were there, and they were telling me stories like the LAPD coming in with a warrant to take the film. They had to develop it, and the photos didn't prove shit. It just proved he was a sick fuck because he was like posing her and shit when he killed her.
I mean, that honestly doesn't surprise me.
It's crazy.
Out here, it gets a little crazy. Like
what you can like film and get away with is just fucking stupid. There's 3 brothers that did a
Netflix show.
it's called The Floor is Lava.
let me know when you get credits. Let me know when you get
my
some.
God. I got credits. I got one good one. Right between the eyes, baby.
we would get the LAPD would come in with like cold cases, and that was kind of gnarly to look at those photos. Like you just see a dude that got blasted in the head, and there's
You just have to be like, did anybody like analyze these photographs or?
no, they'd want us to like print them out large for them.
Oh shit!
or
Okay.
yeah.
You're like, can I keep this one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was
dude.
it a photo cam or something? Or that
Huh?
where'd you work? Was it like Deluxe or photo cam, or was it?
No, the name
still
of the lab, it's still around, but they moved to Valencia. It's called Richard Photo Lab. It was grammatically incorrect. It was an old, I believe he was Korean gentleman who found it. His name was Richard, and he called it Richard Photo Lab. No, this is a funny one. You remember when Oscar De La Hoya, they had all those photos of him in like
Yes.
lingerie?
Yeah.
So TMZ came in with the photos, and they're like, hey, we want to pay you guys to take a look at these photos and give us your professional opinion if they're real or if they've been retouched. So we took them in and we let the owner know, like, and the owner was like, no,
He's like, give me a couple minutes. And
the owner's like, no, we can't tell, we don't know. And then when they leave, he's like, dude, if that shit is retouched, find out who retouched it because we need to hire them. And remember, he was denying it that, oh no, that's bullshit, they're retouched. But then like a few years later, he's like, yeah, dude, I was on coke, and it's fucking him and fucking women's lingerie and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, those were brutal. Definitely. Did they like finish that guy? Sort of. Or no?
He's still doing all right. He's been like just behind the scenes with the whatever his Golden Boy Productions. That's his.
Who? Sorry.
I said Oscar De La Hoya.
The little boxer.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
God damn, that
Dude,
was definitely. I rubbed 1 or 2 out to that guy.
he's been on coke for like 20 years straight.
So one of the really.
Yeah.
Oh God, quit making me love him more. Just fucking can't taste or smell.
Yeah.
That's half a battle of being a queer.
It's like COVID. It's like COVID symptoms.
Sorry, we're into the second cork bottle fans.
There you go.
So yeah, man, that was a crazy story.
The Bob's Big Boy,
I would
or
say about Luke being a mailman.
The fact that I'm male was this shocking part.
a man and a woman.
Oh man.
Dude, it's funny. He's like the fucking Forrest Gump of like bands that I've loved at one time or another. It's so funny because I'll hear stories from him and I'm like, God damn, this guy's got pictures of like, oh yeah, this is when Mick Jagger was saying like, oh, I wish I could get some shelter. And then he's like, I got a picture of him saying that.
Yeah.
Well,
Jesus, Elan.
for me, that was like the coolest part because I hit it off with this guy and with Dilt, and they had me. They like manages.
Hey.
They asked me to
Eric
manage
just blew his
account.
brains out finally. Gravy pouring out of him.
Podcast is over.
What? Gravy, you piece of shit.
Yeah, a little bit of blood.
Ragu.
I want to say like there's a tiny bit of brains on the wall, but you know.
Wait, can we add, what would you say at my funeral? I want to know. What would you say? Just give me your first 3 lines at my funeral. Everybody, you fucks.
Where's the forklift?
I'm so happy to have all 38 pole bearers here.
Sorry. Death
Eric
jokes.
had a big
Goddamn death dedication.
Eric had a big appetite for life.
I've heard of double wide trailers but never double wide coffins. May he rest in hell.
It's the only fucking funeral where it came with a little card with my face on it and a back brace.
No.
We're gonna need all hands on deck for this.
That was the one thing that was like kind of tripping me out about like if we end up becoming roommates. It's like, dude, what about if this guy dies while he's living with me and I got to discover this fucking guy dead, and I got to tell his family and shit.
Learn how to identify a heart attack. That would be have a defibrillator in your house. I know CPR if you.
You need one to wake up this audience.
Okay, well for starters, it's CPR, not CPR.
That was my favorite droid in Star Wars.
Sorry, we got the wrong Virzi. We got to do this all over again. Can I get a Virzi that can say the letter S?
Good luck. You're gonna compromise a lot of funny.
We were working with scraps to begin with.
Scraps. Follow us on TikTok.
That's, you know what, now if I feel it coming on, I'm gonna fucking die in your room, like, because there's a little narrow hallway, and it'd be a bitch to move. It's a bitch to move anything through that hallway. I know, because I helped your sister move.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die right there.
You need one of those pallet. You need one of those pallet movers.
Before, right? Didn't you say you had to move a guy that was heavy?
I've had to move all kinds of people.
You know his nickname at
I
work,
hope to
right?
move you someday.
The Angel of Death.
Try it. Say it. There's no S's in it. You be good at it.
The Angel of Death.
See? Don't be fooled. There's something wrong with it.
Oh yeah. Just S's. That's it.
Can I ask you, did you ever go to a speech pathologist first?
No, dude. I honestly don't think I didn't have it up until my last year of high school.
Really?
Senior year, which I was trying to avoid saying. Yeah, I think I got fucked up in football. I think
Really?
I fucked my jaw up. Yeah, because I never had it.
That sucks.
I mean, and also I broke
How
my
do you
nose.
fuck up your jaw on the bench?
You got hit with the football. Still more than I ever played, so.
Dude, so
Spilled the soda all over him. Oh, look, he's hit his chest. Thank God.
I think he might die tonight.
some warning signs.
Jeez. The plan worked.
Shit.
But did you have one of those coaches that was like so religious with like film study? Did you ever have one of those, Roach?
Honestly, we all were pretty religious with film study.
Because
We liked winning.
yeah, because our school. By the way, we went 2-8 my junior year, then 1-9 my senior year.
Oh, yeah, dude. I made it to the playoffs all 4 years.
Oh,
Did you play in like
a
a fucking town with the population of like 18?
No, 5,000. But no, that was our town. But we were always playing people from Denver. The funny thing that I always loved is like
Columbine?
no, they were good, but
They would blow teams
I
out, huh?
was gonna say, they didn't even have to fucking tackle you.
Yeah,
They have a fucking sniper on top of their fucking
Sudden
box.
death overtime. We don't say that anymore.
They ran the run and shoot offense, huh?
a run and gun.
That was good. All right, he got it.
Hey!
All right. See, I knew he'd do fucking great here.
I was telling Eric like months ago. I went to watch him at Fourth Wall, and I was watching
I'm
the
sorry.
Third Wall. Third Wall is it?
No,
Fourth
you're
Wall?
right. You're right.
What is it called?
An asshole.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
okay.
ahead.
It's
And the guys that went up, God bless them, were fucking terrible. And I was like, you know what, dude? I want to do.
Was it 3 guys at one time?
No, those guys were great.
Oh, thank you.
no, that was in my diary.
But I was like, you know what? I want to.
That's a joke, son. You see, you gotta tell them jokes here.
I would like to go up there and try it for like a few minutes, and then I was like working on a whole thing, and then I realized when I was like telling one of my friends the whole bit, and it was like, dude, I completely ripped this off of a fucking movie. Like,
Yeah.
he's listening to it, he's like, dude, that's from this. And I was like, oh shit, really? I'd only seen the movie once. It was about my ball hair getting gray and stupid shit like that.
It's hard to.
It's really hard.
It's hard to watch stuff and then not have it like get into your.
Osmose.
Yeah, you have to like just literally talk about yourself. Otherwise, other shit will leak in. And
Yeah,
It's cool though, because like what I do like about you is you're a fan of music, but he's a huge fan of comedy too. Just because he was quoting shit, he was quoting Dom Irera shit,
Oh wow.
and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like this is a comedy fan. Like
You did go up once?
no, I never went up.
Oh, okay.
Dom Herrera fucking heckled me one time at the Laugh Factory, fucking asshole.
Hell yeah.
They put me and my girlfriend at the time at the front, and it was just like, dude, it's free fucking reign. Tony Rock comes up and he's like asking us our names and shit, and my name's Elan, so it wasn't that common at the time. And then
Well, you're also a 43-year-old that dresses like an 18-year-old TikToker. I mean, for being honest.
I was in my 20s at the time, so
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, more age appropriate. My girlfriend's name was Yoli, and he's making fun of us, and he's like, "Hey, listen, but get all serious." You know, Yoli, Elan has something that he wants to ask you tonight, so I'm just going to give him the microphone. Made it seem like I was going to fucking propose marriage to this chick.
Yeah.
And I think for like a split second, she really thought I was.
Oh, man.
So I run into him later on at the bar. He's like, hey, man, I was just fucking with you. I'm sorry.
Dude, he is so underrated. Tony
He's really
Rock,
good, yeah.
Dude, he is great, and his brother just kind of overshadows him. But
who's
Tony's
his
fucking
brother?
Dwayne Johnson. You ever heard of The Rock? Yeah,
Damon Wayans, kids, he's decent too.
yeah. Damon
Weird, he
Wayne.
looks just like him.
They're both great.
He looks like early 90s Damon Wayans. It's
Yeah.
fucking weird.
You know what's so like what's really weird about that is I saw him at Haha, and
too.
he was doing a riff on the spaghetti bit, because he was like, you know how hard it is to pick up chicks after you're dead. I don't want to burn his joke, but he basically referenced something that was in his dad's special, and I remember I was like, holy fuck, like. I remember thinking, like, God, he's got to be related to Damon, of all fucking people. So I was like, of him. And then when he did that bit, I was like, holy shit, that is his son. Holy fuck.
He did his dad's bit?
Yeah, no, he referenced it because he was saying how hard it was to get pussy, I think, at the time.
Right.
Because that bit was so fucking... It was a solid bit.
He lived in the condo or the apartments in Encino when my mom was managing him, the son. And
No
Elanita's
shit.
friends with his baby's mama.
Oh, my God, really?
I don't know if they're married now. They weren't back then, but yeah, we would see him.
God damn. Well, it's a small world.
Dude, the one day. So when I first started stand up, I did it without my brothers. So now I do it with my brothers.
Did you go first or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they kind of jumped on your coattails.
Sure, but they were just disgustingly bad
Only
coattails.
they
so-
stepped on his throat in the process.
But here's what happened. So the one time I did a bringer show at Flappers, and I brought like my whole family. It was holiday season, so I was able to get like 15 of the 20 people in the audience.
I brought 1,000 people. They're like, all right, you know what? Everybody's getting 5 minutes. Virzi, you get 7.
Yeah.
Side note: I worked
Paul
at
was like, "Hey, can I
Flappers
get up?"
before it was Flappers. That used
Did
to be
you?
a macaroni grill. I
That-
bartended and waited tables at the macaroni grill.
I took him to a
That-
show one time.
funny
And the
'cause
bathroom still smelled like shit from when I worked there. It's fucking disgusting.
Oh, dude.
But anyway, sorry. Go
I've
ahead.
thrown up and shit in that bathroom so many times.
Yeah, after you heard your act. Glad I record it.
Don't touch me.
I did. What are you talking about? I thought you had a bug on you.
Oh, I walked right into that one.
It's funny. It used to be.
You fucking backed into it with your cheeks
Jesus
spread open,
Christ.
you dummy.
It's funny. It used to be a macaroni grill, and afterward there'd be so many cheesy jokes.
You did so well.
Yeah, that one has to be edited out, right?
Oh, hopefully.
Nah, I'm leaving that in.
Yeah, do it. That'd be my favorite part.
Okay, so you go up to Flappers. Like,
Oh, okay,
80% of the crowd is your family.
So I did that, and then they gave me a better gig. They gave me the headliner night, which was like
After
whatever.
your first time going up, the next time
Well,
you
no,
were
it was
headlining?
my first time, but they gave me like
His family's rich.
I brought enough people.
They're
that the next show they gave me was like a better gig with like it was like Tuesday where they try all the material.
Okay.
So it was like
It was in the closet where nobody could fucking see it.
that would have been that would have been better. It was like Nate Bargatze.
Good add-on.
Well, I'm just okay.
Tell your shitty story. Hurry.
Well, Anyway, so it was like Nate Bargatze. It was Damon Wayans Sr. was
Holy
there.
shit, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He dropped in and like did a set. Jamie Kennedy was there. Like it was like a fucking stack lineup, and then me right in the middle.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Oh yeah, yeah. But anyways, like
How long have you been doing it? You were pretty new?
dude, I was like a couple months in.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So
Was it in the big room? Obviously.
yeah,
right?
it was in the main room.
They let Virzi do comedy in the big house. You don't mind fucking burning up the mics in the audience and all of that when Susan's terrible ass motherfucker's gone.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
But I'm in the green room and I'm just like trying not to freak out because I like know Jamie. I know Damon Wayans. I know all the fucking people in there, and I'm just like, I'm way out of place. I should be fucking busting their table. And Damon just comes out like I'm wearing a plaid shirt, and Damon just looks at me. He's like, "Man, you look like one of them lumber sexuals. You ever seen one of those? Here, let me pull it up for you." I'm like, "All right." And he pulls up to these metrosexual dudes in plaid shirts. He's like, "Yeah, that's what you look like." I'm like, "Thank you." And I was like, "All right, dude."
How'd you do?
Oh, I bombed.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Why did you do your Damon Wayans impression?
Let me tell you something.
You could have told me it was Dice, and I would have had to say, "Oh yeah, you sound just like him, you fuck."
He's a lumbersexual. Oh.
Wow. You dug a hole and you poured concrete on it after. Shit. God damn. God damn, son.
I think it's time to get a beer.
No, go to the store. There's a pavilions that open up. I don't know if you know, just down the street.
Really?
Oh shit.
What was your first time going up on stage like?
Oh, horrible. It was at the Rainbow Room upstairs, and it was...
Rainbow Room used to do comedy?
Yeah, they stopped doing it that night.
He actually has.
I swear to God.
He canceled their back.
I swear to God. My claim to fame.
That's
It
fucking
was like
awesome.
8 years. For 8 fucking years, they had an open mic, and after that night, that was the fucking last night they had it. It was amazing. Oh, it was so fucking bad. It was horrible. And there was fucking lumbersexuals. There was 2 lumberjacks that were visiting from fucking like Washington, and it was their first time in LA, and we knew that was the case because they drunkenly told every fucking person within earshot for 3 hours straight that they were both from fucking Washington. It was their first time in LA, and they were fucking wasted, and they just heckled the shit out of everybody. It was fucking brutal.
Is that like
so bad?
Is that like a thing in comedy? Because like
I've gone to like the Laugh Factory and shit, and we're sitting at the tables or whatever, and then people are like, "Oh yeah, it's our first time in LA." Is that
It
like
was
a
for these guys.
At the,
It was
on
like
the
a
Sunset
Wednesday
Strip,
fucking
it would
night.
be,
Yeah.
because it's. The
But it's
Sunset
like I don't
Strip.
give a shit. Fuck you.
And then they
Go back
heckled
to
the
Michigan,
shit out of
asswipe.
everybody, and then they would like buy you a drink and be like, "Yeah, you did great." It's like, you fucking ruined my set. Like they thought they were helping. It was really bizarre. It was like some
Yeah,
weird
I
fucking
will say
mind
that
control
people
shit.
that are from out of town, they don't realize that. They think they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna try and be a part of this."
Yeah.
and it's like, no, you're making everything so much fucking worse.
Yeah. Unless
Like,
it's you guys on stage, then they can only help. Sorry.
There is nothing better though than when the people are heckling or just not being respectful, and the comedian just goes off on them for the whole set.
oh
That
yeah,
happened at the Laugh Factory one time. Oh boy.
Oh wait. So I want to hear this story.
that's the Michael Richards. Oh yeah,
Can I buy an N? It's not funny, as Jerry Seinfeld said on Letterman. It's not funny. Like, fuck you, it's hilarious. What do you want, dude? Come on, you do comedy.
I mean, but to be honest though, if you're
eat a dick,
if you're a stand-up comic and you have a memorable bit that stands the test of time, that's good. You're a good stand-up. Michael Richards.
that wasn't a bit though.
No, it's pure racism. But no one forgets it.
It's more
wasn't
infamous
a
than.
bit. I don't hate the fucking guy for it, but it's just like, that's.
I've heard he's a fucking douche. I heard he's like just a douche and like just not
I
funny.
heard at that time he was king shit because he was, dude. Like, I don't give a shit what anybody says. Kramer is
But that was
legendary.
quite a while after the fucking Seinfeld finale was in like 97, and this
think
happened in like 2006.
I was going to say it was 2006.
It
Yeah.
was 6 or 7.
Yeah,
So
but I
remember
mean, that's
Tom
why I
Leykis
say
talking
the
about it.
legendaries. You can still get up at a club and
Yeah,
be
but I just said I
respected.
heard he was just a dick, and he wasn't. He didn't even have like an act. He was just go like, "Yeah, I used to be on Seinfeld." And he'd be like,
Well,
fucking,
they kept shoving him in. I read a little bit about it. His manager like kept trying to be like, "Hey, this is your next step. Like you have to do this."
Yeah.
And all the clubs put him up because obviously he's a huge draw.
No, he did comedy before Seinfeld.
I don't think he did
He
stand up
was
though.
always like that. Yeah, he did stand up. He was the Saget-esque kind of comic. Though. He didn't do that. He would go up and it was riff like that. Like Robin Williams wasn't the only motherfucker to do that. It was quite a few people. Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I mean, what was I saying? The Virzis are terrible. I have no business
always
in the
reorient
industry.
you, right?
We're-
it's like the North Star of badness.
Dude, North Star of badness.
Anytime you're lost, you just head for that.
Yo, one of my favorite tweets was it was gentle play. Like right after they did The Floor is Lava. I loved it because you guys provoked so much.
That was
so
great.
much of a draw. It was fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I was like, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
Like
That was the whole
going
point.
on. Yeah, I was going on your page and I was shitting on you guys.
Yeah.
And I got followers just for shitting on you guys. And I was like, I call her. You gotta fucking say something. You tell mean Virzi jokes. You gotta fucking lay one out on Twitter.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed 5 followers per joke. And I remember the one that I got like 3 followers on was I go, I hope the next show these guys are on is The Floor is Gravel.
Yeah.
And I showed 3 graves. But
Dude, that was weird.
this is what's so great about you guys. Shut up for a second.
Okay.
This is what
This is the time he pays you a compliment.
right, yeah. The one. All
Everybody
right.
just tuned out.
It took it took an hour and 10 minutes.
It's like 3 beers too. He had to. but you needed a drink first.
Yeah, and he's fucking
Why don't
drinking
you
this
tell your
Chimay.
unfunny
This isn't-
friends what your
this isn't
friends tell me?
bullshit.
That shit's dope. But I'm gonna be quiet.
What I love about you guys is anybody that talked shit to you guys either excelled the joke, like you heightened the joke, or you gave them like the most, hey, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Tiny Tim treatment you gave these cocksuckers, and then they converted a lot of them to fans.
yeah.
They fucking loved you after that.
You gotta kill. Like, dude, anybody that took that
It shows
show.
you how fucking stupid audiences are, not of Behind the Court
Told you,
or
I'm
Live
canceling
from the
Netflix.
405 or Friends of Elan Cohen. But
Dude, anybody that took that show seriously, it was like, how fucking dumb are. Like, there was some like financial advisor that was like had her own firm in Boston, and she was like trashing them. I'm like, you realize this is a kid show? Like, you realize you're watching a kid show, and these 3 morons are on there, and you're like saying, hey, these guys look like Trumplets or whatever the fuck they said. Like, it's just like, hey, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't.
you know, I think the work that got you guys the best draw though was when you guys did that toothpaste commercial.
Oh yeah.
How old were you?
8.
8 years old in your little underwear.
We were wearing towels underneath, so we did a Colgate commercial when we were 8 years old. It was Colgate
Say
Triple
it
Action.
slower.
We did a Colgate commercial when we were 8 years old. It was Colgate Triple Action, and they wanted triplets. So
makes
obviously,
sense.
yeah.
They want triplets for all these fucking pedophiles.
Well, in hindsight, yes. Because first of all, the weird thing is they didn't want to film in the United States. They wanted to film in South Africa.
What the fuck? Really?
Damn, that would have.
So
if
they-
I was your parents, that would have been the first fucking sign of trouble.
Well, they went. They went.
Oh yeah, it's easy to grease a parrot these days.
Oh, dude, there's a lot of sketchy
That's
shit, man.
Macaulay Culkin.
Oh damn.
But
Did
yeah,
they say why? Was it tax reasons or some shit?
I think it might have been. I think it might have been work
Molestation reasons.
I was
Maybe.
gonna say, no, age of consent's much lower. Than
That's fucking crazy.
Quaaludes are still legal in South Africa.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're still making them over there.
Okay, so you go to South Africa.
Well, yeah, and they
Quick aside, that's the only drug I have not tried that
I want to fucking try
Quaalude?
Quaalude so bad, dude.
I want a Quaalude.
Yeah, me
so
too.
bad.
They still make them. You don't even hear about those.
They
anymore.
they do in like South Africa, and like you can get them somewhere in like Europe. I've heard, but you
I've
can't
got
find
the-
those things here.
South Africa eBay, there's nothing. I want one so bad. Go ahead. Tell you.
Jordan Belfort said he would do one if somebody offered him a Quaalude, he would do it immediately.
Oh, yeah, he's a
What a weird
criminal.
aside that was. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Tell
so
your other story.
I don't know why exactly they flew us to South Africa. I think it was like,
You actually went? That's where you shot it?
yeah,
Did
Oh,
you
I
have
didn't
to
know
wear
that.
a hood?
no. So
We landed out in the middle of a field. Fucking prop plane. Make sure you spread yourselves out in the cabin so the plane is evenly weighed. With chickens and shit running around.
The stones will be found, Father Virzi. Your boys won't.
Help Alex get that goat off of him. Oh, shit all over, little pellets all over me.
well, in hindsight, it seems weird because like
Oh, we're still
Why would-
on this story. Jesus,
you keep
Christ.
interrupting. So in hindsight, it seems weird, but yeah, they flew. I think it was labor laws because like in the U.S., you can only have a child actor for 3 hours, and then you have to either. I know it's
You can
weird.
go somewhere closer than South Africa to get around that. What the
Well,
fuck?
well, you keep interrupting. It's like because you keep fucking setting them on a tee for us. What do you want?
That's just a fact. So when we did any gigs out here, they would use one of us for 3 hours and then switch us out. So they would just—it was like a revolving door. But in South Africa, I don't know.
easy, bro.
How long does it take to
Low-hanging
three
fruit,
kids
low-hanging
brushing their
fruit.
teeth? What the fuck?
What?
How many?
Dude,
What kind of hours did they need?
We
for
filmed like
Christ's
3
sakes?
different commercials. We did a bunch of like photography stuff for them. I don't know why it took so long. We were out there for I think like a week.
Wow.
Yeah. But now with YouTube, people have like randomly saved it and uploaded it to YouTube. So we haven't uploaded it, but people from like Brazil and like other shit have uploaded it and they've tagged us because they found out who we were. And like we've had pedophiles reach out. I mentioned it on the last podcast. I'm not even kidding.
God.
That's fucking
Because
awesome.
we're like their wet dream.
right.
But you're grown
Not
up
anymore.
now, so what the
Yeah,
fuck
not
do they
anymore.
want?
Well, they look at it's vintage.
Oh, they
porn.
just tag
It's
you?
vintage porn for them because we had our shirts off. I mean, for them it was
Yeah.
enticing.
Wow.
I had a situation where
Oh yes.
I took. Should I tell the Mexico tourism story?
Yeah, go for it.
You've heard that one, right?
I no.
Oh, okay, so I take a trip with my ex to Cabo, and our return flight is kind of fucked up. It has like a stopover in San Diego, so I'm like, don't worry, we'll go to the airport early. I speak Spanish. I'll talk to these guys. I'll settle it. So we get to the airport, and I start talking to the guy in the ticket counter. I'm like, hey, do you have any direct flights to LAX? And he's like looking me over. He's like, oh, hold on one second. So he leaves and he brings this chick who's like way too attractive to be working at an airport. And she's like, no problem. We'll get you on a direct flight to LAX. By the way, there's a tequila company that we're trying to promote in the United States. So when you go through security, go to the booth and they're going to give you a free bottle of tequila. Like, fucking great. Go through.
That's
go to the
fucking
booth.
crazy.
That sounds dope.
We go. We get the bottle of tequila. Or we're talking to the people there. And it's like 3 gorgeous women that are behind this like tequila thing. They look way too hot. Then 3 dudes come out and they look like they're fucking models out of GQ with the fucking tequila. So they give us the bottle of tequila and they're like, hey, listen, so you guys can enjoy the bottle of tequila on the flight home. We're going to get you a town car that's going to drive you from the airport to your house. And we're
Sounds
thinking to
sketchy as
ourselves,
fuck.
yeah,
What
this
the
sounds a little bit sketchy. Like, yeah, we just need the address of where we're driving you to. And my girlfriend, she's white, so she's super paranoid. Or my ex-girlfriend, which is white. She's like, well, they might rob us or something. I'm like, no, dude, how are they going to fucking rob us? They just asked for an address. They're taking us there. So whatever, we give them... Right, so...
Well, to be fair, Mexicans are dumb. They would have talked about that shit in Spanish in front of him, and he would have heard it.
Right, because, again, I don't look like I speak Spanish, and
That's the thing.
that's
of
a
it.
huge advantage. So, get on the plane, fly, we go through customs, we get there, there's a fucking dude holding up a sign with my last name, just like you see in the movies, Cohen.
That's hilarious.
So, it's like, he's our driver. So he's like, listen, guys, I'm going to drive you guys home. The only thing is the radio in my car is not working. And I'm like, all right, whatever. It was a Sunday, so I'm checking the NFL scores and checking my fantasy team. The ride is normal from LAX to Burbank, except the guy's just really talkative. He's too talkative for a normal guy. Oh, I want to take my girlfriend to Mexico, but she doesn't speak Spanish. Don't worry, everybody speaks Spanish, even the cab drivers. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So we're just kind of talking with them and shit. So I'm telling them the story, like, dude, I just came to the airport early to change my flight and fucking car ride home, tequila, all this stuff. So we get to my girlfriend's house, and he stops the car, and he's like, he turns around like this, and he says, hey, I got another surprise for you guys.
Oh boy.
And he kind of points back, and apparently there's been a fucking van following us the whole time home. And these fucking dudes jump out of the van. It's like the show Cheaters with like fucking boom mics and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And they're like, we've been filming the entire ride home for the Mexico tourism. We want you to sign a waiver so we can use it for a commercial. And my girlfriend's like, absolutely not. And I'm like, no, but we're going to pay you. I'm like, well, how much? And they're like, well, we'll pay you $1,500 a piece per spot. So then at this point...
Per spot?
Per spot, if they end up using all the footage for
for
multiple commercials. Yeah, exactly. So at this point, the director or whoever was in charge of the fucking van gets on. It's a French guy, and he's like, there's a lot of footage here. I think I can get 2 or 3 commercials.
Son.
So...
All back.
Call back.
So we like, all right, fuck it. We signed the waiver. A week later, a check for $3,000 shows up, and then another one for $1,500. So they used it for 3 commercials.
Fuck yeah.
But the funny thing was, so they put this shit on YouTube.
Oh no.
And dude, fucking like 1 million views. Dude, the fucking comments in this were so fucking vicious. These fucking people are horrible actors. Like, hey, bitch, I wasn't acting. I was in the fucking back of the car. And they cut it up, made us look like the biggest fucking racists.
Of course.
Like, oh, everybody speaks Spanish, or English, even the cab drivers, and just. Fuck, so I know what you're talking about. Like, people can
Mexican
be fucking
mafia,
nasty.
like, you're dead as hell.
It was right around the time that they were whacking off people's heads in Mexico, so they were trying to get the tourism to go up, and that's why they used it. So they used it for a year, and it paid for our next like 2 trips to fucking Cabo. So it was awesome.
You gotta hand it to Mexico. They can identify a problem. Like, they keep hacking off our tourists' heads and fucking kidnapping the rich people that come here. They're like, let's make a tourist video. Never mind about the corruption. Fuck that shit. You know what? If we get a couple hotties in a fucking tourist video, we're on easy.
The French director came around and goes, can you talk about one when you saw no machetes? Machete, that's a French word. We saw no machetes anywhere. Usually if you're in Mexico and they say, we got a surprise for you, and somebody jumps out of the car behind you, I'd have been fucking shitting my pants. I would not have been expecting a camera crew. That's for fucking sure.
I was thinking that I was going to be on fucking Cheaters. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
I thought you were going to have that camera gun like in The Bodyguard.
Nice fucking reference. Shit, yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. So I think this was a lot of fun,
damage.
dudes. Mitchell Virzi, one more time. Your info, please.
At Virzi Triplets, that is VIRZI on all platforms. TikTok mainly. We're huge on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok.
Still not good yet. One more time. No, I'm just kidding. Your guys' TikTok is fucking solid. I gotta say, I shit on you guys the right amount, but
You jack off to them, too.
I know, right? Well, hey,
Who doesn't?
yeah, I gotta say, if you haven't seen it, the video where Alex and Sean are shopping, and Sean's walking a little bit ahead.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Alex
Hits
just
the car.
fucking hits him in the back of the heel. Like, you guys have been like fucking hit with the shopping cart on your heel. It hurts like a son of a bitch, but it is so goddamn funny. And that video and the one where you are pissed off at golf.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to ask, what the fuck happened that you were so angry?
Oh, dude. So, okay, I had a ball. First of all, I was hitting
Oh, we're out of time. So, no, go ahead.
All right.
Wouldn't that show be great?
It's
Okay,
not
go
even
ahead.
fair. Get it?
You're such an
God
asshole.
damn, you fucking hard left into
All right.
douchebag.
That hole in particular, I scored a 13 on that hole.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's how bad it was. First of all, first drive, off the tee, out of bounds, hit a house. Second drive,
What course?
it was in Arizona.
Okay.
Second drive, barely, I fucking top it. So I'm hitting 4. Hit it again, 5. I'm behind a tree. I'm on, like, literally on the route. I hit, so this is a shot in particular you're talking about. I hit it off the root. Instead of going to the hole, it goes up the tree and then over the wall. And I start freaking out because I'm like, now I'm hitting shot 7 and I'm not even 100 yards down the fucking course. And I had to redrop again. So it's my second drop already. And then I finished with a fucking 13. because I had to drop right behind a tree again.
I want to congratulate.
It's time to take up bowling.
Dude, it was seriously.
I watched Mitch on this little tiny table. He had this beer so precariously placed where his hands were waving his Italian hand motions. And I just waited for this bottle to not only get knocked over but spill on me. The whole time you're talking on the corner of my eye, I'm like, he's gonna knock it, and he fucking never did.
Well,
Shocked.
that's
it was great. It was amazing.
That's a
Just like-
professional,
guys.
right there.
I'll tell you this much right now. That's another one of Luke's talents because if you've never seen him in person, he was looking at me but watching the beer at the same time because he has fucked up eyes.
I do.
The chameleon.
A wandering eye. That's the one that kept the motion kept attracting me. I saw a fly and the fucking
The bottle
tongue
fly.
shut out.
His tongue was going to get out and get it.
That's right. I just made that joke. Fuck. God damn it. Parallel thinking. Son of a bitch. Listen back. I said that a second before he did. Damn it.
Oh, but honestly,
glory.
guys, if you like any of this shit, I gotta tell you, check out the Virzi TikTok videos. Another great fucking podcast that I love, and I gotta tell you, I hate saying it, but
Give it to me.
Mrs. R fucking, I still don't understand it.
got great
to this
taste.
day. My mother fucking loves
She's a dear
Luke
woman.
Allen's podcast.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Thanks, guys.
No, like she calls me. I think you need to check on Luke. He seemed kind of mad in this one. I was like, he's mad in every fucking podcast.
He's angry
What
all
are you
the time.
talking- She's like, no, but I think he meant it on this one. And I'm like, how the fuck can you tell?
Yeah.
I don't
knows.
know. It's she knows.
She's a great woman.
Anyways, live from the 405, but I'm gonna let him plug his own shit.
Live on the
Lukester.
405 podcast, free on iTunes and anywhere you get podcasts. And I'll just give my Instagram at Uncle Luke 2 Instagram.
I was hoping for a Twitter, man. It's probably not happening anytime soon.
You get booted off too easy, and it's too nobody wants to listen to me complain.
You on
about
Parlor now? Are
politics.
you on Parlor?
No one's on Parlor now. The guy that owns Parlor's not on Parlor.
Yeah.
Good shit though. You know what? Who I also want to plug too, because she's fucking
Any
really
twink?
great.
Oh.
No. Makeup, hair and makeup. What's
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Kate Fry
Kate Fry.
makeup.
I honestly, if you get a chance to watch this YouTube video of Luke as Stan Lee, it's my favorite Weird Fellas video.
Oh, it's fucking great.
That's
The-
that's the girl with the big titties, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Who did the makeup? Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, the only thing that's more astonishing than her titties, and I'm a queer talking about it. You guys notice I haven't said fag once on this podcast. I've really been working on it. But
You got rid of your crutch.
What's that?
So you got rid of your crutch. You can edit that out.
Boy,
$100.
I was gonna say, how'd you put a lisp in crutch?
Right.
It's a talent.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it looks, bro. Oh shit.
So
She says.
She's on
Anyways.
Instagram. She's Firebush. It's her handle. Firebush.
Is she redheaded?
brush or
Yes.
bush?
Oh, okay.
Kate Fry Firebush, and it's Kate Fry SFX. Fry Frey. Kate Fry
I'm
SFX.
telling you guys,
great.
she's sexy as fuck. I love her. I
She is. She's a
think
doll.
she's fucking awesome.
Put together.
And then the other thing too is her fucking talent. Apparently, she cuts hair too.
Yeah.
Like astonishingly, but she had my best friend look just like Stan Lee.
Who?
And what a great.
Someone else?
And by the way, what a great performance! You've got to go to the scene where this young lady uses the restroom, and Stan Lee has a particular fetish that he indulges in. Great fucking videos. Anyways,
man.
so aside
Fellas
from
on
that, one more time from our special guest. Again, thanks for coming on, Elan. Go ahead, plug your social media, buddy.
At ELANDCOHEN. That's my Instagram. And if you hit me up on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter.
Absolutely. Message him, tell him how much you love him, all that other good shit. Thanks for
Send
coming
nudes,
on, man.
too.
Send nudes. Thanks for coming on and
Thanks for
being
having
with
me.
us.
My pleasure.
And yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot more of him because I want to say this for the end. Here's a little surprise for you. I'm moving, and this guy's gonna be my roommate. So really, really intriguing.
Actually, Eric, your landlord. Not roommate.
Hope you don't mind. Come.
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove.